the camera down as we go through this. I will do so that you can see the cards, and I'm going to start off. There's several things so let's see how we start off, and so let's get into the tarot. If I break the energy at any point, a smile or a change, or, you know, make a little joke or something, to break the energy. Just want to see what deck I want to use, okay? I'm going to go for the original tarot first. Dear Spirit Guides, please help understand what happened on the evening of the 3rd of May 2007. 3rd of May 2007, is this the date that Maddie, firstly we should start off, okay. Cards flipped, I need to take it. The first card that came out was the Wheel of Fortune, which is basically the ebbs and flows of life. And when things are bad, they've got to get up again. There's a Wheel of Fortune, okay? There's an element of luck here. There's an element of expansion. And I would wonder if that's to do with Maddie's energy beyond the earth realm, a wider purpose. We've got the energy of 3 here. I said 3 is very significant. I mentioned, I think we're going to see a few 7s, 7 of Wands. And we've got the 6 of Wands, fame, recognition, which we can see a lot has happened. There's been a lot of media coverage around this. The 7 of Wands is where there's been defense, and which reminds me, you know the message I got on Bantu, 3 and 4 is number 7. It's about defense. The numbers can be the number 7 in tarot can be trickstery. It can be about, it can also be about deceit, lies. But here we've got the Wands, and the Wands is about being resilient, fighting off competition, and coming out as the winner. It's sort of challenge, trying to be grounded, but also feeling a bit vulnerable and needing to, you know, express yourself and protect yourself. So we've got the energy of 3. And just now I'm getting it's the 3 siblings. The Wheel of Fortune, which is basically, like I said, it's the ebbs and flows of life, and it's a number 10, it's a completion. Number 10 is a completion. So the energy of three siblings, the Wheel of Fortune is the completion. It's changes, it's fate, it's destiny. It's a cycle up through karmic lessons, a turning point. And then we've got the 7 of Wands, which is, you know, challenge, grounding, being defensive, fighting off competition. And then we've got the 6 of Wands, which is actually the fame, the recognition, the success. When I said, show me what happened on that night, and I went quiet and I started pulling cards, I asked, can I know, is Maddie alive or dead? And we got the Wheel of Fortune, destiny. I'm going to pull some more cards for us. Again, fire energy, 33, master number 33. This is seeking higher truth, it's discernment and a better path. I wanted to say it's sea, but it's clouds behind him. Is that the number 8, transcendence I got? Universal Merkaba, a sacred purpose that you have. 34, 3 and 4, 7, again 7. You've got the answer, lucid dreaming is a sacred purpose. Again, very similar, but we've got a circle here with the clouds. I don't know if you can see it there, which is like the wheel, isn't it? Here it's triangular. Energy medicine, master 14, sorry, 1 and 4, 5. It's about deep rest, sensuality, devotion. I think she's got a life purpose, and this ear is going, it's not actually hot, but it feels like it's burning. Left ear. Deep rest. So I think Maddie is not alive, and I felt that intuitively, and the cards, that's what I'm getting. There is the lesson, like I said, there's a lesson beyond this, and there's a voice beyond this, and that's why it's getting all the fame and the recognition and the media coverage. I'm getting called to just look at this energy medicine. Again, if she's been sedated, it says about energy. I share my sacred self with love. I resonate in harmony. It's that healing that I wanted to bring forward in terms of because we had the 7 of Wands, which is, I'm also picking up that there was some resistance from Maddie to leave at that point in time, or some resistance of this Wheel of Fortune, you know, that whatever was done to her, there was some resistance there. But eventually that was her soul contract, obviously. Let's get some more cards to see what happened that night. And I think this is Maddie coming through with this message, where she knows this is higher purpose. What happened that night. And as I say, I think it's Maddie coming through. The Fool is a new journey. It's a new chapter. After the Wheel of Fortune, you know, you'd start new chapters. There's water here. And when I was triggered about the dam, I felt like just asked about the sea. Six of Swords, the sea. I feel like Maddie's in the sea. Maddie was a Taurus. The Fool is an Aries energy, just in general, letting you know. Can I have what happened there last night? So a new chapter on the last night. A new chapter was created. I just want to put these cards here now that we've read them. A new chapter. So obviously it was the soul contract time. Also liberation is there. Is this also where the body was dumped? You know, just sort of dumped off there. Two of Wands, quite a lot of fire energy in this reading. Two of Wands. There was a plan for the night. There was the death and the rebirth. The death, the rebirth is the new chapter, the soul purpose. This is also Scorpio energy. What happened the night, please, Spirit Guides? What happened the night, please, Spirit Guides? I don't want to forget that we have the energy medicine, like I said here, because that could be significant, seeing as we were dealing with sedation. You know, they were mentioning about sedation and energy. So closing down energy, isn't it, sedative? Three of Cups, the card that came out. The death and the rebirth. We had the Three of, what did we have here? Three of something, Three of Pentacles. The three siblings. Three of Cups, the death and the rebirth, and then we've got the Three of Cups, the plan. So we've got the new chapter, that's, you know, maybe the soul contract of Maddie. The plan for the night, that that was the King of Pentacles, by the way, so it could have been the father energy. The plan for the night of what they want to do, which is going to lead to the death and the rebirth. We've got the three siblings here, which are the three siblings. We've got the Ace of Cups, which is usually a love offer, something that overfills your heart with joy, the offer of love that comes in, the Justice card. I mentioned the Two of Wands, the plan of what they wanted to do in the evening. The death and rebirth, which was going to happen. The Three of Cups, which is, you know, networking, new connections, new connections, something that makes your heart filled with joy, you're excited, you're passionate about. New connections, also the representing of the 3 children. This is actually them excited to, you know, the plan of the evening, to meet with the friends at the tapas. New connections, something that speaks to your heart. One second, there's a word here that's coming, not coming to me, but it's in my gut, but it's not coming to the forefront. One second, there's a word that I believe I need to say for this. Ace of Cups, new connections, awakening of the heart, newfound emotions, bliss. And the Knight of Cups is obviously usually romantic endeavours, but it can be like seeking connections and being in love with the idea of love, romantic. So maybe the parents were in sort of really excited to actually go out, really happy about the new, you know, the 7 that used to go to the tapas. The Justice card comes in. There's a cause and effect to this. There's an imbalancement. Are you balancing out maybe the fun that you're having during the holiday with what your priorities are? 2 of Wands is also about, you know, the planning ahead. Are your priorities in the right place? There's a karmic balancement. If not, master number 11. More messages, please, Spirit Guides. 7 of Pentacles. Working hard at something and waiting, being patient for it to grow. The Sun card. 1 minute while I connect to this energy. I wonder if the 7 of Pentacles is, you know, really working hard for where you want to go in life, where they were building their home and stability, and devote also towards their kids, but then the amount of devotion they could give was coming into a bit of an impatience, especially around that holiday, because of like wanting to go out, have fun, feel sort of liberated and freedom. Let's pull some clarification on that. 7 of Pentacles, and then we've got the Sun card. The Sun card brings in, actually, it's supposed to be success, warmth, seeing clearly, it's joy, it's inspiration, it's beauty. Can I have clarification for the 7 of Pentacles, please, Spirit? Clarification for the 7 of Pentacles. Too many cards. I'm also being called to this card. To this. Could something have happened where maybe initially the body was to be dumped in the woods, or there's a clue in the woods or some fieldy area where there's trees and feeling mountainous, you know, hilly, not far, and the sun is there, and that's where there's going to be some signs and success. I feel the sun is actually, let's pull the 7 of Pentacles clarification, please, Spirit. 7 of Pentacles clarification, please. Page of Swords, delayed news, patience is needed, ideas grounded, being fair, thinking before you speak, don't get drawn into arguments or mental agility. Second card is Magician, which is about, you know, manifestation. It's obviously around ritual work as well. Is this what we need to... I feel this is about, you know, after that cause and effect of the Justice card, the Seven of Pentacles, I think this is where the turning point is, where there's the delayed outcome and patience is needed around here, around this, and the seeds are to be sown. And mental agility is required, where also they've realized they need to think before they speak and really plan how they're going to sort of, whatever happened, to be successful and to be hidden. To have the willpower, the visualization, and to be a smooth talker, knowing that as above, so is below. Four of Cups. Regret, refusing stuff, feeling stuck and focusing on negative, a bit of depression, boredom, nostalgia. Remorse is the Four of Cups as well. Can I have a card for the Sun card? The Sun card, please. I think the Sun card is when the news and everything comes forward. I'm a bit taken by this Magician card. There was a plan that maybe went wrong with the Justice, cause and effect. Once 1 and 9 is 10 is a completion. Once this case is closed and completed, Maddie can be liberated. Yes. Which is why we're doing this. Magician card, please, Spirit. Magician card. More on the Magician card, please, Spirit. More on the Magician card, please, Spirit. King of Swords. I feel like this is the Father. It's, you know, the King of Swords is truth coming out. Is rational logic energy, it's authority, it's strength in manners, it's being discernment, it's being cool, honest, but it's also about integrity, ethics, moral, someone who's either in the government, Magician and King of Swords, in the government. Is there something hidden, and that's why there's so much funding on this? Authority, strength. Truth is the King of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I need to look at his date of birth and energy. So does that mean the truth on the Father is going to come out? Does that mean the elite you know, I mentioned about the turnover of MPs or whoever. The Magician having the gift of the gab. The smooth talker. Manifesting your desires, and that's clarified with the King of Swords energy. And I can see the King of Swords being the father, with him being a physician. He's also quite cool and component, just pulling a card. Yeah. You know, connecting to the sun, the Page of Wands. News coming in, letters, phone calls, creativity, enthusiasm. I didn't ask a question on that though. Temperance, patience needed. But there's an angel presence. Sagittarius presence. 1 and 4 is a 5. Balance, being at peace, patience, moderation, inner calm, tranquility, harmony, being protected, serenity. I think this is all going to be the liberation that Maddie will feel once the truth has come out. I'm going to go to this deck. Was this an accident? Was what happened to Maddie an accident? Sacrifice. What can you let go of? With that Magician card, I don't like it. 2 and 8 is 10, is a completion. You remember I said about the 7 of Wands, maybe some struggle, resistance before actually leaving. Whatever, maybe what happened to her, or resistance towards leaving her body for the death and rebirth. Look at this graphic design. Look, and this is the card deck that I felt I needed to get. If you remember, I mentioned in my 8-minute video. Sacrifice. What can you let go of? Let's look at it. I did mention that I will need to, because I've not pulled these cards before. But I do think this, here for me it's saying that there's something in the dark, not being told. I feel like people know. I think the energy of 3 is very significant. Beyond the siblings, I think 3 people at least know exactly what happened. I feel this is also Maddie feeling her voice is not heard. Like she's just, even though there's continuous media attention, she's not being heard. It's like she's buried in some way without, because the truth is not out. So let's have a look. Sacrifice, what can you let go of? I'll hold the card up as we read it, okay? Do you feel you're being kept in the dark? Do you feel like you're buried? You can redefine your thoughts to contemplate what you're not buried or but planted. Soon it will be your time to bloom, to be aware, to know, but for now you must merge with the darkness in order to grow. The maiden has sacrificed her ego to become her primal self. Her reptile-like spine descends from her pineal gland and plunges into the deep earth, rooting her into the mother's dark embrace and plunging her into Gaia's source. So yes, because I asked again, is Maddie alive or dead? And there's your confirmation again, because the card that I got, didn't I? This is absolute double confirmation from the first cards we got. Maddie has died, may she rest in peace. Maddie, if you're with me, I am wanting to bring your voice forward. So plunging into Gaia's source, so back to earth, all right. Is she emerging from the earth or being drawn into it, deep into it? On one hand, she's planted, on the other, she's about to bloom. She's blooming. I said about to bloom. She's blooming. When this card appears, it's time to consider what you're willing to sacrifice, let go of. What are you prepared to recycle in yourself, in people, places, things around you in order to nourish and grow? The harder the sacrifice, the greater the exponential growth. I must say, this side of my face is not hot, but it's burning. What's this? This is the left side. And when I said about my crown chakra, I was wondering whether she took a hit that affected her head, or, you know, there was something about obviously sedatives. Did they affect her brain cells? And here I think this is also to do with the parents. Are you going to keep sacrificing and not bringing this to light? They must be haunted by it to some extent, if they know what happened and if there was an accident, which we can see from the cards I've pulled. And they said, you know, it was a bit vain. Was it vain? Not vain. Basically, they lacked a bit of responsibility. The word the mother used was, you know, I said about the 4 body language experts. What they didn't ask stuff like, did you kill? Was you involved? Do you know what happened? It was more or less, do you feel any shame for children leaving your children? And so when they answered, yes, but as any parents would know out there, you remember I was saying there was a lot of use of others to validate. And I said, well, of course, what they're answering is the truth, because their questions were not based on like an investigator. And that's the next part, what I'm going to be looking into. So I think we've established that, you know, there was negligence here. I think there was more excitement and priorities to go out with friends. Everything has a cause and effect with the karmic Libra card. There's patience needed around this, but once it comes to an end, I'm going to go into that. Obviously, we saw the Magician. And I think it's tied with the father energy. I'm going to get the date of birth of the father. Let's just ask one more question, and then we'll get into other questions. No, I need to ask from... I'm going to ask also what happened again, but I'm going to use a different deck, okay? Because I want to get into actual, maybe, the body, the mind, what actually happened. We had the energy medicine, so there's definitely something around medicine, isn't there? There's definitely something that was brought through. She does have a higher purpose, which I know, and there was resistance of her leaving and trying to resist that evening. Maybe it was knowing what she was getting given. I want to ask, does anyone know what happened to you? Does anyone know what happened to you? King of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. The King of Cups would tell me yes. Ace of Wands, the breakthrough. The King of Cups is someone who's emotionally mature. So this King of Cups is someone who's emotionally mature, emotionally aware. He's sat on the sea. think 3 energies no. And the King of Cups could be the 3rd energy. This could be also representation of the body being, I got the sea at first, got the woods as well. It could be a woody area, then that opens up to a sea. It could be a strong water sign placements. And I know the mother is a Pisces. Then we've got 3 aces that came out with that as well. 3 energies, but 3 aces. The Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups. I'm going to leave this part here, guys, and I'm going to get back to it. We've only just done trying to clarify. It's really important. I've got so many more questions and so many more for Maddie. As you can see, it needs time, it needs patience for Spirit to come through. And now that I've set the foundation of different parts, as soon as I get hits, I will come through. But look at this, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles in a deck of 78 tarot cards. There's something about this King of Cups knows exactly what happened. The parents could probably know as well, because he's holding 2 cups. He's holding a cup here and a cup here, which gives me the 3 energies again. And there's a fish around his neck. I do believe the sea. The sea is, but there's something about the sun that shines over these trees. I wonder if that's where it is. There's the sea there. Need to look into the map. I'm taken away from this. I'm actually going to leave it on my deck to try and connect to it even more. The 3 energies could be someone who has earth sign placements, someone who has fire sign placements, someone who has water sign placements, someone who is very money focused, could be grounded as well, someone who's very passionate and driven, okay. This could also tie into, you know, on the passionate side. A fire sign placement, cups, is emotions. The one thing that's missing here is the sword energy, the intellect. But the Magician was clarified by the King of Swords, and I felt it was the father. But I'm not saying it's the father that's done it. I feel like that energy of the number 1 card here was clarified by a King of Swords. But this, to me, is very significant. So I hope you join me in the next part. Take care of yourselves, and if you're enjoying this, please do subscribe and like and support the channel, and take care, and bye for now.